This is the MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, two law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold up. This may get a little bumpy.
Look here, buddy, I'm inbred.
You just messing the screen all up.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the midweek news. Hope everybody's had a good week. Had a good Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Hello, Dan.
Did we do an episode on MLK Day?
Not for this one. Wrong podcast, brother.
Yeah, they all run together.
Got to keep them straight.
How's everybody doing today? Everybody have a super fantastical day? I hope so.
You been smoking meth or something?
No. Should have drank an energy drink. It's too late now.
You don't drink one now. What's up, Jed? Like and subscribe. Same as always. Hit the little bell. You'll know when we go live. If you on the audio, write us a review. Did I read the last one review that we got? I don't remember. I'm getting old and I forget shit. So if I didn't, I will read it again. I'm not sure if I read this one or not. The most recent one was from January. I don't think I did. It says, love it. Hilarious and real stories, unfiltered and not politically correct at all. I think they meant gotta love it. They wrote down gotta live it. It's perfectly fine. I understand. This is from a DBOLLE 316.
We at the Dollar Tree.
So, yes, we are at the Dollar Tree today.
The $1.50 tree.
The Dollar Tree. So, like and subscribe, write a review. 5 stars, please. Just 5. I don't know if Roy will be here or not. I texted him, told him or he'll have to be on Facebook. I mean, YouTube if he does, since he is again in Facebook jail.
Banded.
He lives in Facebook jail. He's like they're gonna habitual offender him after a while. And they're gonna send it off. You know who you are. Well, thanks for the email. I got your address. I'll be sending you some refrigerator magnets and some stickers.
They're not bumper stickers.
Well, the die cut ones you can put outside. Those are new ones. You don't have that one. And I'll send you. And I'll throw a Liberty Whiskey Freedom Podcast refrigerator magnet in there also.
I don't even have one of those. Son of a bitch. Well, thanks you for listening, buddy. That's awesome. He's going to hook you up some great gear that even the other co-hosts don't have.
What you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I've been wanting a bumper sticker for years.
It's not a bumper sticker. It's just a little, it's a sticker. I'll show you since you don't have number. See, this is the magnet I had made for the other one. You see it?
Yeah. More for like a beer fridge.
Anyway, you know who you are. I'm gonna say you'll be the first one to get one of those magnets besides myself. Holstera don't even have one of those.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's the co-host. So go figure on that. I know, Melissa, you want stickers. Well, let's get this shit show heading on because we got plenty to talk about.
Hey, Dan.
We got plenty to talk about. Do you want to do the first one? Well, I got video of it, so let me play the video.
They could be out of whack because we rearranged a few.
Well, this is the one of the listeners sent these first 2 stories in. This is a story about I think it's in Florida, from where Florida, of course, and here a cop grabs another officer by the throat. It says, I watched the video. Then we'll talk about it because how the news is. But here's the video. Let's play this first. Oh, let me turn on the little cut screen. Here we go.
Police sergeant is under investigation after officer body cam video shows him putting his hand on a fellow officer's neck. The Sunrise, Florida Police Department has released video of the
I just want to say that this sergeant right here, I'm going to rewind just a little bit. He kind of looked like Bill Goldberg right there, if you ever watched wrestling. At least he didn't spear him, right?
I'd have liked it better if he did.
officer's neck. The Sunrise, Florida Police Department has released video of the November 2021 incident that now has Sergeant Christopher Police on desk duty. Sunrise's chief of police says he finds this behavior to be disgusting and says
I want to say this about this. I watched this story. I was looking just for the raw video. I couldn't find it without other new stuff. But the police chief released the video, but
held the audio.
They redacted all the audio out of it. We can't hear what nobody's saying. We can't hear what the suspect's saying. We can't hear what the sergeant's saying. We can't hear any audio on it. They blurred out everybody else's face except the sergeant. So, me personally,
what happens when you let the officers grow facial hair?
Well, that's nothing to do with it. I would love to know what was being said this whole entire time, because you can't get the whole story to me without, it's like watching a silent movie. You got to guess.
he thinks the video speaks for itself. The department has muted the sound and all the faces are blurred except for police. Body cam video shows a suspect being placed in the back of a police car. Police leans into the car with a can of pepper spray that authorities say was out and aimed at the suspect. A 28-year-old police officer who has been on the force just over 2 years tries to de-escalate the situation by pulling the sergeant away by his belt. According to the video and Chief Rosa, police puts his hand on the junior officer's throat and pushes her backwards into another police vehicle.
Bullshit.
He walks away, then points and says something else to the officer. Sunrise Police Chief Anthony.
I sure would like to know what was said, but
yeah, there's got to be. I think he leaned in the car and says, "I'm gonna fuck you."
Well, he pulled out his pepper spray. The guy was resisting before, obviously. I think he pulled out his pepper spray and he reached in there and he says, "If you do not get in this car and calm your ass down or shut the fuck up," or whatever he was saying, "I'm going to spray you." He never sprayed the guy. He never even put his hands on the suspect. Okay?
Exactly, Jed. That was my argument. In that type of situation, you would assume that your partner has your back, but somebody grabs your belt and yanks you backwards. If you look at his footing, he almost tripped. So I would have instinctively grabbed whoever the fuck touched me. I mean, technically, it was a battery both ways, so it kind of equaled each other out.
But you'll hear in a minute, they're praising this little 2-year rookie cop. Oh, she did such as this. First of all, she was trying to de-escalate. It isn't like he was in there just beating the shit out this dude. He never touched this guy. Which he should have done if she felt like the sergeant was getting too aggressive, was go over there and put her hand on his shoulder and say, "Hey, Sarge, man, calm down, blah, blah, blah," whatever. You don't grab somebody by their duty belt and start yanking them backwards like that. I'm sorry.
No, you liable to get fucking shot or sprayed.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, she's been on 2 years. It says he grabbed her throat. She's she's a little bitty thing. When he turned around, his hands were up, and as soon as his hands were down there, he brought them down a little bit. He was just pushing her back. But, they're going to do this, because it's probably some kind of woke-ass department or woke-ass chief. We'll finish this video up.
Rosa told WSVN he is very proud of this police officer. She took some definitive action. I can only imagine what she must be feeling. She's a newer officer, and he's a very senior sergeant. Broward County Public Defender Gordon Weeks wrote a letter to Chief Rosa asking him to take Sergeant Police off of desk duty and arrest him for battery.
Oh, yeah, because the public defender's office carries so much weight.
Not only that, right there, she touched him unwantedly, too, so.
Like I said, he was not committing any battery at the time.
And right there's where he loses his footing.
He hadn't touched this guy. He ain't sprayed him or nothing. I don't know. And we don't know what was being said because they decided to take the audio out of it. So we don't know what's being said. Roy is here. He's on YouTube, so Facebook people can't see what he's typing.
Weeks writes, it appears as if law enforcement officers engaged in wrongdoing get different treatment as opposed to everyone else. This must not be the case.
Okay, what wrongdoing was the sergeant engaged in?
They pause it right when he has his hands right
making
there.
it look like he's choking her. But what wrongdoing was the sergeant engaged in? Being rude to somebody? Tell him, look, if you don't do this, I'm going to spray you. Telling him what he's going to do to him. He hadn't put his hands on nobody. He didn't do nothing. So,
by growing
Sergeant
just chin hair, that's what he did.
Was cleared of 2 previous allegations of excessive force nearly 20.
Yeah, let's bring that up. They say that the sergeant had been cleared of 2 excessive force things before. 20 years ago. 20 years ago. So, I mean, it was 2 decades ago, but let's bring that up.
Oh, no, that big motherfucker would have grabbed her by the throat and actually squeezed with all of his might. He'd have snapped her fucking neck.
Yeah, he'd have hurt her.
He's a big dude.
The police union says police is declining to comment. This incident remains under investigation.
Okay, that's that on that. Well,
good luck to her in her future endeavors.
We can, I'm sure there's plenty other different opinions on the whole matter. Other ex-law enforcement, all that stuff. Me personally, he was not beating the hell, he was not spraying anybody. He might have been, like I said, maybe he made a verbal threat. For her to grab him and yank him back like that, no. If she felt it, she could have put her hand. She could have acted totally different. So, should he have turned around and maybe not put his hands on her? Yeah, possibly.
I think it was a knee-jerker response. I don't think it was intentional.
Her also, I'm telling you, if I worked out there and now I know how she is or what she's going to do, I can understand if he was beating, if he was doing something illegal to this suspect, which he wasn't. It don't appear. I don't know what he said because they took the audio out. What are y'all hiding with the audio? Why did you remove the audio? What was said? What was being said? So, from what I'm hearing, I mean, what I'm not hearing, so I can't get the whole story without hearing. But personally, if she calls for help, I'm going to go help her. But I'm going to be real careful around her because now I don't know what the hell she's going to do.
Right. I think he leaned in the car and said, "You're going to suck my dick." And she was like, "No, he's my future baby daddy."
Yeah, maybe she was thinking that's going to be her future baby daddy or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I'm just saying, I think she may want to look into a different career eventually. With her being
a different department because
I would, like I said, I wouldn't let her get hurt, but I'm going to be real careful around her from now on. Because, like I said, if the sergeant was doing something, if he was choking a guy, beating on him, handcuffed, or just doing something illegal, yeah, step in. He wasn't doing anything. He never physically put his hands on this guy. The other ones did, and arrested him. So that's my opinion. If y'all disagree, hey, write in the comment or write an email, say whatever. But that's my opinion. I don't know what Holster's is.
But I'd let her get her ass beat. But you have to look. If the guy's been with the department, how many years? Like 20-something?
Had to be over 20.
So he's on with the department for 20 years. So mostly everybody underneath him, he probably either trained or has been real close to because he's a sergeant. So his men probably have his back. This one chick just gets hired and just goes all AWOL. Yeah, dude, if these people, unless he was really a piece of shit guy, she's fucked. Like, they're going to throw her under the bus every chance they get. Her life could be in danger. I'm not, wishing that upon anybody, but knowing, from the law enforcement aspect, you need to have, respect. It's just the way it is, or else you might not go home that next day.
So, like I said, I think the whole situation can be done differently on both ends, but
he should have sprayed her.
He's probably going to get fired. especially in today's society. That I don't know that chief or nothing like that, but if he's already doing that and they took the audio out, yeah, he's probably woke too. A lot of these, not saying all of them, a lot of these police chiefs and all that stuff, it's nothing but a political office now. So they're more worried about their politics and all that stuff and getting reelected or keeping the mayor happy. So,
but it is a unionized police force, and if it's FOP, he probably won't get fired, and if he does, he'll get paid for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably close to retirement. Roy said the problem is the idiot chief put out the video but no sound. He said he thinks the chief wants to be his baby's daddy.
Maybe. That would explain a lot, Roy. Yeah.
So, anyway, on to the our next story. Like I said, there's plenty of different opinions out there. That's why it's still somewhat of a free country. Not totally anymore. I lost my pen. You want to do the next one? This also came from a listener, a member of the clubhouse. He sent this in. The 13-year-old that died of fentanyl poisoning.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get this without the stupid video playing. All right. 13-year-old dies from suspected fentanyl overdose in Connecticut, police say. Authorities found bags of synthetic opioid at teen school. A 13-year-old who was hospitalized Thursday following an apparent exposure to fentanyl at a Connecticut middle school, not even a high school, died Saturday, authorities said. What the fuck are middle schoolers doing pumping fentanyl? Hartford police indicated proximity to and contact with synthetic opioid fentanyl by the unidentified teenager and two others triggered overdose reactions, although experts have long expressed doubt about such scenarios. Bullshit. I know damn well if you come into contact or you even touch it without gloves on, you'll OD in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it can mess you up bad.
They Narcan cops all over the place for that. Hartford police said the student's death was a result of an overdose and that it was under investigation. The 13-year-old male juvenile succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead. Deceased, the department said in a statement. I was going to say dead's kind of violent. The victim became unconscious Thursday morning at the Sport and Medical Science Academy, a public prep and magnet school. Ooh, his parents were rich. Authorities said CPR was administered and he was hospitalized in what police described as guarded condition. Two other boys who complained of dizziness were hospital after coming into contact with the potent opioid. They said they have since been released and no further details have been released. Authorities subsequently tested the substance, which confirmed it was fentanyl, they said. It is believed that the three juveniles came into contact with fentanyl at the same time, police said. A teacher who suffered a panic attack was also hospitalized. I'm sorry, that's not funny. What a dick. Anyway, so we can agree on something. I'm going to throw it out there. They didn't smoke whatever that was with the fentanyl, because if it was, whoever provided the mouth-to-mouth on the individual would have got the same thing. They would have overdosed.
So you think these kids were shooting drugs at
No, I think that they touched it.
They might have.
Look what I got, and they handed it around. Show me. You know,
they probably thought they had some cocaine or something, and it wasn't.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just sad. All these 13, 14-year-olds, I didn't put them in here, but just I know in the Baton Rouge area here in Louisiana and stuff like that. I mean, these kids are shooting each other left and right over the long weekend with Martin Luther King Day. I think we had 8 or 9 or 10 people shot or something like that. It was a lot of people, and a lot of them were kids. I mean, it's crazy. All these kids are just killing each other off left and right, and I don't know if it's bad parenting or what the excuse is. I think a lot of it's got to do with parenting, because parents stick their kids in front of TVs and computer screens and games, and that's what's raising the kids now. You cannot raise your kids on Grand Theft Auto. or they can end up shooting each other and beating strippers up, okay, and stealing shit. I mean, you can't do that.
I might not have read that far down.
Dan says, I'm not mistaken. I believe the article says they found like 30 or 40 bags of it in a locker.
Yeah, who the fuck's locker is it then?
Wow. That's a shit ton. I bet you, I don't see why some of these schools, most of these schools have nurses and stuff. Why don't they they're going to start keeping Narcan at school.
See, I don't believe in it. It's a double-edged sword. I think the only ones that should be able to get Narcan is law enforcement officers that have been exposed to, fentanyl and shit like that during their line of duty, and therefore saves their life. I do not believe, because around here where I live, crackheads literally carry Narcan with them at all times, and it's free. It's given out here. So what happens is their buddy ODs, well, they bring him back with the fucking Narcan, and they're smoking heroin 3 seconds later.
Oh, yeah, because they're mad because you fucked their high up.
Right. So now it's not even a cop or medical personnel administering it. It's a fellow crackhead. So
what was it? Is it New York or Chicago? One of the big cities, they got these safe injection sites now and shit like that. It's crazy.
See, I would prefer that.
How about let's get people off the drugs? Anyway, these poor kids, some little kid lost his life, and now the parents are going to have to, it's just something you never get over. And
those magnet preparatory schools are like smart kids usually. They're not, like the druggy inner city youth. No. So, yeah, his parents probably thought he was a damn good kid, never did anything wrong. And they get a phone call that says, hey, we regret to inform you that your son is dead. That's fucking wild, man.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, you don't know how they do it. This next story is from Pasco News. This was sent in by him right there. Where's he at? Right there.
This guy.
Look.
It's a heartwarming story.
Newport Richie man faces multiple charges after overnight chase. Oh, there is a picture. This fella. Nope, wrong picture. Which picture did I?
You didn't pull up that nude I sent you, right? I don't need all these people being scared.
I guess I didn't pull this picture up. I thought I did. Let me see.
These people right here are not from Pasco. Yeah.
Nope. Here he is. Put it on the wrong one. I have to remember. Oh, no, that's not. Is it him? Yeah. I thought it was on another one, but it's not. That's him right here. Right there. That man.
Yeah. Do you have the video?
No, I didn't put the video up. Just
oh, fuck. It's the best part.
I didn't realize it had a video.
Yeah, this one can be pretty much summed up because the story's really short. Johnny Shitbag right here above me decided he has multiple DW LSRs, which is driving without a suspended license or without a license. Several other felony charges he's had in the past. He decided, hey, I see a canine unit. So he attempts to ram the canine unit. So the canine unit spins around. Well, Shitbag decides he's going to crash out at a major intersection. And he jumps out of the car. Well, lo and behold, puppy dog in the back seat, canine mouse here in Pasco County, got a bite out of crime and lit his ass up. And that is a beautiful, heartwarming story. Shitbag gets chewed. Yeah, that's very methed up. Yeah, that's about right.
Did the dog pee on him afterwards?
No. It was hilarious, though, because he did not want to let go. He was like, this crackhead tastes great.
Sorry, I missed the video. I got lots of shit I deal with over here putting all this crap together.
Yeah, he does. You guys know he does this for like 3 hours before we go live?
Yeah, so
I just have to show up and be
as soon as I get home from work, I'm sitting here doing this for 2-3 hours, getting all this put together. Welcome, Aaron. Glad to see you. Anyway, that's him. He got dog bit. Instead of his new name is Kibbles and Bits.
It was hilarious because you could tell he wanted to run again. He's like, get the dog off me. And he goes, I'm going to put you in cuffs. And until you give me your hands, my dog's going to keep chewing. And the dog just kept biting him.
Yeah,
It was beautiful.
You're right, Robert. Lots of show prep. you ought to know. You ought to know from experience. But that's Kibbles and Bits right there, and Bits and Bits. Actually had him under the wrong one. This next one we have a video on.
Must be nice.
Robert Roy is in here. He is he's
in YouTube.
He's on
jail.
YouTube, and I'm using Restream so I can see his comments. Y'all just can't see his comments. But yeah, Roy texted me and showed me he's banned again. He's a habitual offender. He's gonna get life.
I thought I was bad.
This next story, if y'all haven't seen it, it's an NFL player that attacked a deputy. And the NFL player was naked.
He wanted to have sex.
He was naked. So let's watch this video. Well, I say we're gonna watch it.
Police sergeant is under investigation.
Wrong video. Let's get to this
Local
one.
10 cameras rolling as NFL player Malik McDowell walked out of.
That's a big old dude. I don't know if y'all see. I mean, he's next to his
video.
I think he's like 66. I mean, 66. He's like 6'6" or something, like 290. I think they say. He's a big guy.
Jail after he was accused of tackling a BSO deputy while naked. Tonight, we're seeing disturbing new video of that attack.
And deputies say it happened.
I got to say this. I'm going to rewind it. This is a professional football player. He's a big old dude. You can guarantee like 290 pounds of him.
Look at that blur.
It's all muscle, okay?
He got a muscle, all right.
Watch out. This deputy takes this hit. Like, I mean,
He should play for the NFL.
He should. I mean,
he only plays for Chicago.
I want to say this right now. If y'all see the blur because he's buck naked, my blur wouldn't be that big.
No, mine either.
No.
That's just down to his ankles. He was about to choke that officer. If I was him, I would have shot him. You could be in fear for your life.
But watch. I mean, this deputy takes. I mean.
And deputies say it happened near a children's learning center. Let's get right to Local 10's Roy Ramos live in Fort Lauderdale with our top story at 11 now. Roy.
Calvin and Eden, McDowell's demeanor was very different than what we have seen in cell phone and surveillance video. He was very quiet as he bonded out of the Broward County Jail with his attorney right by his side and did not answer any of my questions when I asked why he was naked, why he allegedly assaulted a BSO deputy, and why he did it, allegedly, next to a school.
Malik, what do you have to say, Robert?
I mean, you see how big the dude is.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm telling you, it would have been aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. You know damn well if he would have penetrated that poor officer, he would have crippled him.
Yeah, Aaron said that, well, first I'll do Robert, I'm going to let you know, Roy sent chat on YouTube, and he says, tell Robert that he misses and he loves you. Aaron said that's a lot of naked coming at you. And Jed said that MFer would have slept something tired. And, yeah, I'm not sure if he was high or what. I read something,
because Melissa allegedly that's the new thing.
That he, it's allegedly, even though he's all on video doing it. That I think I read something saying he had gotten some kind of ATV accident or something years back and had some head trauma or something from it. I'm not sure. He would have died tired.
Yeah, Jed, you're damn right.
I mean, he probably running at you with a baseball bat. He was just between.
Well, that's what it looks like. Swinging left to right. If he steps at the right angle, it's going to go around my throat and choke me. It'll look like that fucking police officer.
I mean, you see, that's a big old fella right there.
Words from 25-year-old Malik McDowell as he bonded out of the Broward County Jail Tuesday night following this.
Right there, I pause it. Look, that deputy took that lick. He didn't go down. And look, the football player guy, I mean, he was leaned into him.
Yeah, he got knocked back.
Oh, yeah, he was leaned into him. I mean, he hit him like he was on the field just with he had no pads. So now cop was thinking, Jesus Christ, I'm getting ready to get hit by a big old dick.
Hey, that's all he cared about. Now, get that fucking thing away from me. Nobody wants to fight the naked guy. Shit.
No.
Captured the 6'6", 290-pound defensive tackle for the Cleveland Browns, rushing toward a Broward Sheriff's deputy, then punching him in the face Monday afternoon, all while naked. Moments before deputies responded.
Watch, we're going to bring it back. Yeah, that's a big blurry spot. Mine, I'd had a little bit.
He would have rode the Lightning for damn sure.
Yeah, because you say if you shot it too low and you got a prong in his pecker.
I don't give a damn. But the bad thing was, and it's all fun and games, and he's got, Johnny fucking baseball bat swinging between his legs, but he's currently doing that. All this took place in the parking lot of what? 6-month-old to a 6-year-old.
I don't know. They got it's right here by like a daycare or something. They say something about it.
And the kids and shit were seeing all of his dangly bits. He would have been charged for a hell of a lot more than what he got.
Before deputies responded, it is staff members at the Learning Experience School in Deerfield Beach, which caters to children 6 months to 6 years old, who reported a suspicious man walking around the campus in the nude.
Immediately enacted the security protocols and put the center on lockdown.
In court at his bond hearing, we heard about the injuries the deputy sustained.
Bruising and swelling on his face has gotten worse since the incident.
But McDowell's attorney told a judge there is more to the story.
Somebody may have slipped him something or given him something that he was unaware of, which explains some of this bizarre behavior.
Turns out this is not McDowell's first
Let's blame it on somebody else. Let's blame it on somebody. Of course, that's the attorney's job. That's his job to try to get his client off. But like I say, this ain't his first brush with the law.
Run-in with law enforcement. It was in 2019. He was charged with a DUI and getting into a scuffle with police. The Cleveland Browns learning of the most recent arrest, saying in part, "We are aware of the very concerning incident and arrest involving Malik McDowell and are in the process of gathering more information." Are you concerned with your employment in the NFL?
No.
And while McDowell has bonded out of the Broward County Jail, he still faces a number of charges that include battery on a law enforcement officer to exposing himself in public. Outside of the Broward County Jail here
like
in Fort
he got
Lauderdale,
some kind of
Roy
sex
Ramos.
offense being naked in front of them kids.
That's where I'm at. I can't believe it. But also, we discussed prior, if I was that deputy or that police officer, I'd be fucking suing him civilly long before the NFL could get rid of him.
Yeah, they need to before he goes broke, because they're gonna end up getting rid of him. Just as he's pissed off because he plays for Cleveland.
Well, yeah, if he'd have played for a better team, he might have actually knocked the deputy over.
Hey, that deputy took.
They need to sign that fucker.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm not, you just run around naked. Something's definitely up with the guy. Something's definitely up with. I just wonder, did that deputy get punched in the face, or did he get dick slapped? And it.
Right. Was he getting teabagged at some point, and that's how he ended up getting the black eye?
Oh, Aaron said that was assault with a weapon.
Yeah, no shit.
Sledgehammer. Roy Roberts asking if you think he played college ball at the Air Force Academy. So, anyway, this guy.
Stamped.
Roy, here you go. There you go. Look, Roy likes seeing my hands. Yeah. Your night is better off now that you got to see my hand.
See, that's why he don't come on the Liberty, Freedom, and Whiskey podcast, because usually your hand's up a puppet's ass. That's what I was thinking too, Jed. Some PCP and shit, because they get hot. That's why they take their clothes off.
He could have smoked some of that with that Mojo shit, that fake weed. That makes you go crazy too.
Yeah, it makes you eat people's face. Yeah. Moving on down.
Don't move too far down. You might grab a penis.
No, I would know. It'd be like, is this a spare arm? It's like a baby's arm holding an apple, or a hot dog would have booed on it. Anyway, going back down to these other officers, this is a flashback we covered. That's my fetish. No. Iceman over here. I mean, he's everybody's fetish.
No, he's talking about Roy in my hands. That's Roy's fetish.
Oh, well, hell, I keep selling pictures of my feet to you. Anyway, fuck yeah. Only friends, right? So this is a flashback. We covered this story when it initially happened. Now it's getting more bullshit. So I'm not sure if you got video. I'm going to read a little bit of it. 3 officers charged in shooting death of an 8-year-old Fanta Blitty. Oh, her name is Fanta. near Philadelphia. Okay. Nearly 5 months after the shooting death, damn, it's been that long, of 8-year-old Fanta, 3 police officers in Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania, were charged in connection with her death. Following a grand jury investigation, officers Devin, Sean, and Brian were each charged with voluntary and involuntary manslaughter and 10 counts of reckless endangerment. You got these guys' pictures, right?
Yeah, let me pull it up. See which one. There we go.
We are now sure beyond a reasonable doubt that the officers not only shot but killed Fanta, but they also wounded 3 other young people, he told CBS News. The young girl was killed in August after 2 teens exchanged gunfire at the end of a high school football game. The 3 responding officers fired 25 rounds. That's actually not a lot, especially in the heat. Allegedly striking 4 people. Here we go with the allegedly shit. Including the little girl and her 12-year-old sister.
Well, I'm sure they got ballistics back by now. That's why it's been 5 months. They know which bullets came from who.
They returned fire at the wrong target in the wrong direction and into a group of people. That is what they are being held accountable for. Bruce Castor, the attorney, these guys up here are the ones that shot. The one in the middle, I think, may be a woman. I don't quite know. Bruce Castor, the attorney representing the little girl's family, said the young girl was a bright, shining light.
Does one of them have a female name?
I don't know. You see what I'm saying, though?
It could be, or just a really young dude with good skin. I don't know.
He has pronouns, bro. He has pronouns. No way he doesn't. He's gonna enjoy prison anyway. And to have gone is just terrible tragedy. So yeah, basically they arrested these officers, and me and the Iceman talked about it. I don't, unless that's what it was, is involuntarily, is because the other 2 officers shot the other 3 kids. This is going to be interesting to hear the actual facts.
There was a shooting, is what they were responding to. 2 other kids, young kids, teenagers, got in an argument, started shooting at each other, and I think the cops went over there, and according to the story, they shot at, I guess they had the wrong car and shot or whatever. But they said they dropped a whole bunch of charges against the 2 kids that were shooting.
The DA dropped the charges on
the 2 kids. If the 2 kids that were shooting at each other wouldn't have been shooting at each other, none of this would have occurred anyway. So they should still have some responsibility in this whole matter that they were shooting.
Right.
And they're teenagers, and since the Oxford thing, we putting parents in prison. They ought to go arrest these kids' mama and daddies and put them in jail because they had guns and they were shooting at each other. So that makes them guilty also. So we got to start putting all the parents in jail.
But the whole thing is like the bullshit DA dropping charges against the kids that were initially doing the shooting that caused the officers to respond shows a obvious bias towards criminals, not law enforcement. I get it, but at the same time, they're still fucking criminals. They need to face charges.
Yep.
Without them doing that, it was a trigger event. It would have never happened.
Anyway, I try to keep up with it as much as we can, because I'm sure they'll be going to trial. We'll see what happens with them.
Yep.
The way stuff going, they'll probably end up getting convicted or something. If y'all are watching live, whatever, and you're wondering about the Dollar Tree background, that will be coming up.
It's Dollar Tree 50.
This next story comes out of Utah. I don't know if the Lovable Correction guy still listens, but he lives in Utah. Past guest. Anyway, I think I said anyway again. You're supposed to make me stop saying that.
Anyway.
Look, I said it again. 3 teenage football players shot in Utah. 2 dead and 1 is in critical condition. I mean, these are kids now. There's a GoFundMe account set up to help raise money for 3 teenage football players who were shot in West Valley City, Utah, according to reports. Both, I'm going to slaughter these names here. I'm sorry. Tivane Lupta, Paul Tahai were shot and killed while Embram, I'm not even going to try Asiata. I'm not even going to try it. I don't know. None of these people have regular names except for Paul, and I can't get his last name. Anyway, the Embram kid remains in critical condition. The two teenagers killed were freshman football players at Hunter High School in Utah.
I didn't think Utah was that violent of a place.
Well, of course, I talked that CO that was on. I mean, it seems like it's getting worse. The other kid was a sophomore. The three boys were shot by another juvenile, according to reports. The 14-year-old shooter. Now, like I said before, these kids nowadays a 14-year-old shot these other three, killed two of them, and wounded the other one's in critical condition. Anyway, he's been booked into a juvenile detention center, and the gun used in the shooting has been recovered. According to the people on the scene, two groups of students began fighting when one kid pulled out a gun and began firing.
Oh, okay.
Where had to arrest the parents? Parents need to be this kid's parents
They're
need to
all
be
cousins,
arrested.
man. It's Utah.
Anyway, there's another GoFundMe. Please band together and help us raise the money for Tavon's funeral expenses. Anyway, that's it. I mean, anyway, you got a 14-year-old that done shot other 14 and 15-year-olds, killed two of them, and personally, this 14-year-old ought to be tried as an adult and put in big people jail because if you try him as a juvenile, he's going to get juvenile life. He's going to be out at 21 years old, a worse criminal than what he went in.
Yeah, because he's just in there learning from all of his little other criminal buddies.
Yeah. Well, Jay, the reason I talk about it is them Oxford parents, they arrested and put them Oxford parents in jail from that school shooter kid. And so they ought to do it. If they're going to do it for one set, they ought to do it for all of them.
And that's what me and Iceman, we vary on two different opinions. He don't think you should. And
nope.
I think it's a great idea, except for I don't think they need to be in separate cells. They need to be in family pods.
Yeah, we have family cells. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Mom, can you give me a sandwich? Shut up, you stupid little fucker. We're in jail. We ain't got make no sandwiches.
Right.
You gotta wait for breakfast in the morning. And I'm gonna take your biscuit, you little bastard.
There you go. See, they would learn real quick. They'd learn how to parent.
Mom, stop watching me crap. Cause they ain't no stall.
Jesus.
What? This next story.
Talking about the Dollar Tree Fitty.
Talking about the Dollar Tree.
Deputies looking for a person who robbed Dollar Tree at gunpoint. Watson. Deputies are searching for a person who robbed a business at gunpoint in Livingston Parish. The holdup happened at January 14th at a Dollar Tree in Watson, according to the sheriff's office. Surveillance camera showed the masked, hooded robber walking into the store and pulling out a handgun before demanding money from the cashier. No, I thought he wanted some Twinkies. The person was seen fleeing the dark area. He was seen fleeing the area in a dark-colored compact vehicle.
I didn't put the pictures up because I looked, and all the pictures are just horrible because, when people can walk in stores wearing masks and nobody thinks nothing different and they got a hoodie on, you have a person in a hoodie with a mask on.
Right. Anyone with information on the crime is asked to contact the sheriff's office at 225-686-2241. They're all grainy as fuck. You could tell these are old
shitty cameras.
Coax cameras. They're not 4K.
Well, they were probably Dollar Tree cameras.
Dollar Tree Fitty, ain't that right?
Why you keep saying Fitty?
Because they changed their fucking name. They're not Dollar Tree anymore. They're Dollar Tree Fitty.
Well, you gotta be what kind of criminal you gonna be? You go and rob the damn Dollar Tree. How much money do you think the Dollar Tree got in there?
A lot. because everything's $1.50. Anyway, you don't remember
robbed a Dollar Tree.
We covered this shit
Tree.
right back after I joined you. Oh, they're not $1. Yeah, $1.25. $1 quarter piece. Anyway, you don't remember?
But you robbed a Dollar Tree. I mean,
right when we started doing podcasts together, we covered another motherfucker that robbed a Dollar Tree, and the guy behind the counter blasted his ass and killed him. And they're like, and the mom was like, why did they have to shoot him? Why couldn't he just give him the money and it would have been fine?
All he wanted was $1. Let me tell you a story about the Dollar Tree. My dad, this is when my parents were still alive. My dad didn't go shopping very often. Well, he went with my mom one day to the Dollar Tree. And they were walking around, and they were looking. And my dad comes up to my mom and says, ain't nothing in here got no prices on it. She says, that's because everything's $1. He was like, nothing in here has a price tag in this whole entire store. He had no. So God rest his soul. So that was hilarious. Every time I go to Dollar Tree, I think about that shit with my parents. But you just if I'm gonna break the law, especially doing armed robbery, and in Louisiana you can get 99 years, up to 99 years for an armed robbery. I'm risking the rest of my life in prison. I'm not going out to a Dollar Tree. I can tell you that much right there. No, Dollar Trees don't play. And I don't know. It's just, I know Bam loves the Dollar Tree. I don't know
what does she call it?
I don't know what she calls it.
No, it ain't Dollar Tree. She kept calling it something else.
I don't know.
You called it a couple times too, and I just laughed. It's like Dollar Tray or something.
I don't remember, but there we go. We got the Dollar Tree robber guy. I mean, how much could he get?
Apparently, it happens a lot.
I don't know why. And I've been along with a long time, and I don't know why I've never asked, but why is it when a place gets robbed and people do get money, or even a bank, there's an undisclosed amount of cash? Why not just say how much they fucking got? Why has it always got to be undisclosed amount? Just say, hey, them fuckers robbed us, and them bitch got $1,500. They robbed me and got $30. You know, read a story one time
when the poor teller dies for that $40.
Well, I remember a story from way before I ever did any podcasting and stuff like that. This guy walks into a store, puts a Snicker bar on the counter.
Dollar General.
The Dollar General, yeah. That's a different Dollar General is different than the Dollar Tree. But anyway, a bad guy walks into the store, puts a Snicker bar on the counter, and he throws like a $10 bill on the counter. And when the cashier pops open the register, he reaches over the counter, snatches everything out all the cash out the register, and takes off running. And we following, right?
Yeah.
But there was only like $6 in the fucking cash register.
Wow.
So is it actually theft if you leave $10 and steal $6? He lost money in that robbery.
They robbed him.
So, the Dollar General, yeah, as our grandbaby says, the yellow store. She names her store by the color of their signs, like the Dollar Tree would be the green store. She names everything by the color of their signs out there.
We have a pediatric place here in town that their picture is, I swear to God, remember the old moon pie, the emblem? It looks just like a moon pie. So now every time the kids got to go to the pediatric place, I'm like, where, the moon pie place? And all the kids call it the moon pie place.
I love moon pies.
But
And me and Bam been eating healthy and watching what we eat. That means you're not eating no good, delicious fried shit and all that other stuff like that. So don't be talking about no moon pies. You're going to get my belly growling.
yeah, you need me to come up back to town so we can eat something besides Mexican. Trying to fucking kill me.
This next story is we'll see if somebody goes to jail for this one. This is another one out of good old Louisiana. Robert may know a little something about this one.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. A Baton Rouge firefighter, not firefighter, fire investigator, which I'm taking this as a fire marshal. And around here now, because we had some fire marshals get murdered, now fire marshals go through post academy and carry weapons and stuff like this. And this is what happens when firemen try to play cops. A Baton Rouge Fire Department employee shot a burglar trying to break into his truck Tuesday, officials said. The shooting was reported around 11:45 a.m. on Eddie Robinson Drive, just south of Government Street. Not the best area in Baton Rouge, I'll say that. Officials said an arson investigator with the Baton Rouge Fire Department confronted a nude man who was trying to break into his department vehicle. So now you got a naked man. I don't know what's up with all these naked people lately. The suspect was shot during the confrontation and taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Sources said there was a weapon inside of the vehicle. Okay, well, the vehicle was locked, obviously, because he was trying to break into it. The fire department said that the employee was on duty at the time and has been placed on administrative leave. The Baton Rouge Police Department is investigating the incident. The shooting comes after a rash of violence in the city the day earlier, which left 9 people hurt and 3 people dead. One of those shootings left a man dead in that same neighborhood Monday night. My problem was this was an unarmed, naked guy, and you shot him. How do you think that's going to turn out?
Was he bigger?
Don't know. But he was naked.
See, I mean,
you know, he was naked. And if you, all right, if this guy obviously must have been, he was carrying. So I wonder if did he have a duty weapon on? I mean, did he have a duty belt on? Did he have any kind of chemical weapon? Did he have a taser? Did he have an asp?
Yeah, as a
I mean,
you got to use the use of force.
Did you try to go hands on first? I mean, did he not comply to commands? What's going on? You shot a naked dude.
Yeah, he's at least going to lose his job.
I mean,
why is nobody just stripping down and fighting these people?
I mean, just
you have a naked fight.
Yeah, you're right. Your cocks are flying everywhere.
Yeah,
cockfighting. I'm just saying. I mean, you shot a naked guy. I mean, anybody's been in law enforcement, you, me. There's plenty of times that I was justified. There's plenty of situations I would have been justified in pulling a trigger and didn't pull a trigger. You know, this guy was naked.
Dude, that's funny shit, Dan. Maybe he wasn't half chub. Maybe he was full chub. He had that full loaded gun pointed at him and was ready to explode.
Yeah, I mean, he could have gotten his eye and blinded him.
Yeah, it's like my sister. One cock and she blows. Jesus Christ.
But I'm just saying, I'm really curious on how this one's going to turn out too. Hopefully, we'll be able to get updates on that also. I mean, I'd like to hear more what's going on in the story. I mean, it's a short story, but I mean, you use deadly force against an unarmed naked guy. So we'll see. We'll see what y'all's opinion. I think this guy might end up facing some charges. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean,
unless he's a really small guy and, well, you know.
Well, Baton Rouge isn't Chicago and New York. I don't think the ADA there is one of these big woke people, even though he's made some decisions in the past that I've totally disagreed with, but he's not going to not charge people for certain stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, that's just a part of the story. I mean,
hey,
it's part of the story.
Shoved up.
All right, Jed, I see you. So let's do this next one. This one's not a funny one either. You gonna read it? The Chicago lady.
Yeah, hang on. Gotta get it open here. That's not what I have next.
Well, I got the Chicago pregnant lady right here. I got pictures of her up.
No, I got Baton Rouge Fire, Louisiana driver.
Do you have not the pregnant lady? Did I not send it?
Man jumped on the truck hood. The hot teacher had banged. Yeah. And the deputies had offed themselves. No, I ain't got it, boss.
Oh, I must not have sent that
So,
one to
yeah,
you.
you send Baton Rouge Fire twice.
Oh, well, you know how it goes sometimes. If y'all looking up there while I pull the story up on another side, this lady up here, unfortunately, is no longer with us. She has been murdered, killed, shot in Chicago. I know I have the story because I got the picture of it.
Well, she wasn't really hanging out with the right crowds either. I mean,
You found the story?
no.
Then how you know? Here it is.
Profiling, sir. They taught it to us in the academy.
Stop. It's not right. Anyway, this story comes from Black Enterprise. Pregnant Chicago mom was shot in her car parked in front of her home. She looks like a very attractive woman. She don't look very young. I mean, old. She don't look very old. On Wednesday, Derica Patrick, a 29-year-old, I mean, she was a 29-year-old pregnant mother, was killed while in her parked car in front of her home. Police are pursuing two shooters who were recorded on a surveillance camera shooting into the parked car in the Inglewood community of Chicago. The shooting occurred when Patrick arrived at her home with her 15-year-old niece in the evening. Patrick waited as the young teen dashed into the house to retrieve a cake. When Patrick's niece heard gunshots ring out, she ran outside to the car and saw her aunt collapsed at the driver's wheel. She was 3 months pregnant and was declared deceased at the hospital, and her unborn child also. The autopsy reported she died from multiple gunshot wounds. I'll never be okay. They took my sister. Her sister said, "I just want my sister back." She was the youngest of 5 girls and had one younger brother. She said she was a happy person because her daughter, she had a 9-year-old daughter, and she wanted a boy.
This shit was targeted.
Oh, yeah. So, the surveillance footage, which has not been made public, shows a car driving up next to Patrick's vehicle, and 2 men approached her car and started shooting, said the police. We have some video evidence that supports the 2 individuals did this, and we need them identified. Well, you got to release the freaking footage.
Yeah,
we definitely need
get up, walk up to the car, and mag dump on a female. She's either pregnant with somebody's kid that did something wrong to him, or something.
So she was a hairstylist, a mother of a 9-year-old girl, and she was happy to be having her second child. Of course, the mom said, "My baby didn't deserve this. For somebody to come up, snuff her out, and take her life like that, I'm just upset." It's a $15,000 reward for information leading to the, arrest and conviction of Derica Patrick. You can go 833-408-0069 for if you have any information on that. It sounds definitely targeted. It wasn't random. If they got out and went up to the car and just started pumping bullets into it, they need to look at
that's what I was saying,
boyfriend. Who was the father of this child? Ex-boyfriend. I mean, what was going on in her life? Was she gang affiliated? I mean, what was going on? I'm not saying she was. I'm just saying you got to look at a whole bunch of aspects of it, because I mean that was targeted. They were waiting on her.
Tattoos and stuff. That's why I just jumped to the assumption she shouldn't die.
I have tattoos.
Bitch, you ain't got no neck tattoos.
No, I'm not getting no neck tattoo. Jed said she pissed off someone for sure. Yeah, or did. So she got pregnant or somebody didn't want it. Was the father of the child, was he married to another woman? Or, there's 100 questions. It's still sad. Period. This 29-year-old woman's dead now. This unborn child is dead now. Senseless. It's just senseless violence. It took 2 grown men to kill this one woman. Come on. At least they waited. At least they did. They waited until that 15-year-old kid was out the car and didn't just pull up and just wasted both of them. And you got even more, so.
They knew when she was going to be there and everything. It was,
So, hopefully they'll be able to find out who who killed her and put their asses in jail forever. You want to do the Louisiana driver?
Sure.
I don't have a pick on this one. I had them backwards.
Police. Louisiana driver attempted to run over officers at the scene of a deadly hit and run. What? He's damn near an island boy. Lafayette, Louisiana. One person is dead after a hit and run crash on Ambassador Caffrey Parkway Sunday night, and a Karen Crow, you
got it.
Okay, Karen Crow woman is behind bars after Lafayette police say she tried to drive through the crash scene and run over officers. Donald Jackson, 57, of Scott, was found dead at the scene of the crash in the 2600 block of an Ambassador Caffrey at around 10 p.m. Sunday night, January 16th. Sergeant Robin Green said Jackson's body was thrown from the roadway and was found in a grassy area on the side of the road. Police are still working to determine exactly what happened in the crash. Son suspected of killing mother with sword in Alabama. What? The fuck? No, I that might be an ad. Hang on. Yeah, I felt like Joe Biden there for a minute. Fuck. As officers were investigating the scene, however, Dominique, 29, of Karen Crow, allegedly drove around barricades surrounding the crime scene and drove directly at officers. Officers said she was intoxicated at the time. Then usually you avoid cops. Mills disobeyed the barricade crime scene and drove through it with her vehicle at a high rate of speed towards officers, said Lafayette Police Sergeant Robin Green. Officers had to leap out of the path of Miss Mills' vehicle to avoid being struck. Mills faces charges of 2 counts of attempted murder of a police officer, reckless operation of a motor vehicle, and OWI, second offense. No bond was listed. What the fuck is an OWI?
OWI.
Is it like a DWLSR or?
I guess. Operating
operation while intoxicated. Yeah, there you go. Green said one officer shot at Mills' car as it approached the crime scene in an attempt to stop it. Well, it ain't going to stop the car. It'll just kill the driver. The car will still keep going. Crime scene, an attempt to stop it. The vehicle was not struck by gunfire. God, he sucks. And no injuries were reported from the shooting. The Lafayette Police Department's Internal Affairs Unit is investigating the discharge of the weapon, said Green. It is not currently known if Mills had any connection to the hit and run. Ooh, that would be new. Like, why would she come back? Was she hiding in the darkness? Like, I'm going to get me some more.
Who knows?
But, hell, they do that to us all the time doing traffic enforcement. You got fucking stories for days.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers drive up and they drive around the barricade and they're like, I'm just going down the road. I'm like, no, the fuck you're not. There's a reason the barricade's here.
They drive around. Welcome, Dan. Oh, yeah, certain drunk people are crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm going to talk too much about that one. Whenever it's going to start running long. This next one right here is just a little recap. I don't know if y'all remember the story. They got the off-duty deputy that shot and killed the guy, Jason Walker, in North Carolina. The guy that was shot and killed for, they said he jumped on his hood, and other people said, oh, he didn't jump on the hood. Well, now they have witnesses. It says, the Fayetteville police official, they did put some body camera footage out. I mean, it was just after the cops got there. So, I mean, but they have it's on audio. It says, one of the witnesses said that fella jumped up on the hood and he jumped out of his car and shot him. One man said of Walker and Hash. Walker was black, Hash was white. Why'd they put that in there? I mean, it's not important. Another man says he heard 4 gunshots while a woman is heard asking about an entry wound. In the background, Hash can be heard telling another officer that he was driving down the street when Walker ran across the road. Hash said Walker jumped on the hood of his truck and stopped. He stopped driving. At the end of the video, a man identifies himself as Walker's father. "That's my son. He's my son," the man said. In the 2-minute-long video, the self-identified father says Walker jumped onto the truck and pulled off one of the windshield wipers before Hash got out and shot him. The dude's, if it is his father, or he's saying he is, it could be a stepdad or whatever, it's on audio and video that he's saying that he jumped on the hood and did that.
Yeah, his own daddy.
In response to a question from the officer, the father said he didn't know if his son had any mental health issues. I don't know how you cannot know if your kid's crazy or not. And in the third, nearly 3-minute-long video, a woman who identifies herself as a trauma nurse, Elizabeth Ricks, says she treated Walker at the scene. Ricks acknowledges that she didn't see it all happen, but as referring to Walker, "I didn't see him pose a threat." If you're on top of somebody's car trying to bust in the windshield or whatever, I mean, it's kind of a threat with your family in it. So anyway, cutting it short, I'm not reading this whole story. The thing was, before they were trying to say, "Oh, he didn't jump on the hood. They had witnesses. He didn't do this. The guy just jumped out, or he hit him with the car."
He didn't do nothing.
You got witnesses and the dude's own dad saying he jumped up on the hood of the car. Come on. Yeah. So let's hope. I don't think, from what I know of the case so far, which is limited, what everybody else can see on the news and stuff like that. I don't think this guy should be charged at all. I think he honestly feared for he had his wife and kids in the car with him, and he feared for their safety, and he took the threat out.
I don't know about shot, but I definitely would have had accelerated at the speed and then,
if he was in traffic and couldn't, they had cars in front of him or something, you couldn't accelerate out of it.
Yeah,
so, like I said,
tap in.
I just don't think, I think the guy feared for his life. Not maybe feared for his life, maybe was fearing for his family. Yeah. Yep, play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. You're right. And it has nothing to do with race. Yes, you're correct about that. That's why I hate it when they do that. And when I do tell my stories, I never bring it up because it don't matter what somebody's color is. You're either an idiot or you're not an idiot. It don't matter what color you are. People are stupid in every race, creed, religion, and everything else. And it pisses me off that these news media outlets, that's all they put in there, black and white. Except if you're reading a story and it mentions no race, you can either guess that they were both white or they were both black. That's the only thing. So it's stupid. The Dollar General fucks you. Our Dollar General up the road from me sucks because it's nasty, and I will drive out of my way to go to a different one because they don't stock or nothing else like that. That's a whole rant there. This next one is real short.
I love it. It's just
I'll let you. You don't have to. I think it's a short story. I don't want to run too long here. Pick number 4. Here we go. And I want to say right here, you see what filters do when this picture pops up. The one on my right, I guess y'all might, you can see she's using some kind of filter on one because this is the same chick. She don't look nothing like her mugshot over here, does she? Her eyes ain't even. It
does if you're 16 years old, buddy.
But her eyes ain't even that blue.
It's all about them titties.
Back in my day, you had to take real pictures. They didn't have filters to make yourself look like cartoons and shit like I do now, which I like because I don't have to wear a mask or nothing. But go ahead and read the story.
At 16 years old, I would have clapped them cheeks too, all right? I ain't going to fucking play. Math teacher shame. Math teacher, 29, jailed after bringing 2 pupils, 16, to a hotel room for sex as she preyed on boys she taught in class. Who the fuck was this when I was younger? I tell you what.
Oh, my teachers were like 100 years old with big big mole growing off the side of her face.
Because she ain't even that much older than the kids. A teacher has been A teacher has been caged for 1 year after she romped with 2 teenage pupils at a hotel. Christina Sosby, 29, had sex with 2 16-year-old male students she taught math to. Well, how many times did 1 go into 0? As many times as it wants to. Anyway,
she was just trying to teach them to count to 3.
Exactly. 1, 2, 3. Damn, you got off already? Shit. Authorities in the U.S. state of Ohio. Who the fuck wrote this thing? Authorities in the U.S. state of Ohio were called, and when it emerged that she was preying on pupils, according to the local news station.
She wasn't preying on people. She was preying on penises.
Them 16-year-olds knew exactly what they were
Yes,
doing.
they
Like I
did.
said, when I was 16,
she got caught because they're 16 and they went and told all their
hell
friends.
yeah, they're like, man, me and Billy Joe fucking clapped her cheeks last night. Y'all want to join in? We'll run a train on this bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Woo woo. Anyway, Assistant Prosecutor Gabe Wildman said Sosby was a teacher at Chaffin Career and Technical Center in Youngstown when she had sexual, it fucking says sexual, with the students.
Sexual with the students.
I have never had sexual before, but apparently she did it. She had admitted to one count of sexual battery, was sentenced to 1 year in prison, along with having to register as a Tier 3 sex offender. She had faced a possible maximum of 5 years in prison sentence, but instead will serve a fifth of the time after her guilty plea. So what the fuck? If she only did it with one kid, is the other kid the cameraman?
I don't know. Anyway, 16 years old. 16 years old. I don't know what these teachers thinking. They're going to tell. Well, I promise I ain't going to tell nobody. Man,
No, they probably went to the English teacher and being like, hey, Miss Becky, can I clap your cheeks for an A2?
Yeah. So anyway, stupid. And Roy, just be quiet. Roy says the language. And he said he had virgin ears, and Loy.
There ain't nothing about virgin. That's why you're banned from Facebook.
Roy's telling the truth like Joe Biden does.
That's what I felt like reading that damn story.
Yeah, that's why you don't tell your friends. You're right, Jed. This last one here is not a funny one, but
so awkward. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. And then we'll do the hot nuts thing. This next one I'm gonna run through it, but it's not a funny one. These two right here, if y'all hadn't heard the story,
yeah, they're a couple of ours.
Do not leave and do that, Jed. Do not go and get your vaccine. Don't do it. Anyway, this next one here, it's just a messed up story. So, but Florida deputies, these two Florida deputies that are up here right here, young as you can see, also, they both committed suicide. Unfortunately, it's out of Fort Pierce, Florida. Two deputies from the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office took their own lives, leaving behind a 1-month-old son. According to the sheriff,
kids is shitty, but not that shitty.
Yeah, according to the Sheriff's Office, Deputy Clayton Osteen tried to kill himself on New Year's Eve shortly before midnight. Why does it say tried? Shortly before midnight, he was taken to the hospital and removed. Oh, he didn't. I guess he didn't die, but he was on life support, and they unplugged him on January 2nd. Officials said Deputy Victoria Pacheco or something, I don't know how to say her last name, Pacheco, took her own life after learning about Osteen's death. She and Osteen were the parents of Jace Osteen, who was born November 22nd, 2021, according to a GoFundMe for the infant. I didn't put a picture of the baby up there. He's a cute little sucker. The fundraiser post says Jace will be adopted by a close family member. Anyway, words can't express the tremendous loss we feel like losing two members of the sheriff's office.
There's too many questions.
So they were full of ambition, were a great compliment to the department. He was a SWAT team member. He was named Deputy of the Year in 2020 and had served in the United States Marine Corps. To the general public and sometimes even myself, it's easy to view law enforcement as superhuman, but let's not forget that we are human, just like everyone else. He said, anyway, he's just talking about it. He's just sad. Unfortunately, we don't know what was going on in these two people's lives. Everybody can make an assumption. I'm assuming that she didn't want to live without him, and we don't know. Maybe he had some kind of post-traumatic stress from wartime or something, if he was in the Marine Corps or something like that. We don't know what's going through people's minds.
You never know, man. Anybody's capable of anything.
Suicide's not not an option. If anybody out there ever feels like hurting themselves like that, hey, reach out and go talk to somebody.
Yeah, we love talking.
Hell, you email me, I'll let you call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't care.
Yeah, he
know
might
what?
be drunk talking about airplanes.
That would be you, because that's why. We'll tell that in a second. But it's just just call and talk to somebody. They have hotlines. If you're a church person, go talk to a pastor. Go talk to somebody. I know, especially in law enforcement, there's a big stigma. You don't want to go talk to somebody because you're afraid you're going to end up losing your job or get hit with because you're a psycho cop or something like that. But go talk to somebody off the books if you have to. Find a friend. Go talk to somebody before you do something like this. This little kid's going to grow up now with both his parents gone. So,
and he's going to be mentally fucked up from it, too.
Yeah, I mean, so, like I said, go talk to somebody. I mean, mental health is a big thing. Like I said, I'm not a psychiatrist. You listen to me and you want to talk, like I said, you email me or just email me. It'd be the best way to get it. You email me, and as soon as I get it, hey, you call me.
Especially those in, law enforcement. We've all seen shit that fucks us up. I know that. But yeah, like Jed said, there's something underlying with this. We'll just never know. Yeah. It's something that probably died with them.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it's just sad. Like I said, I know it ain't I try to stay funny most of the time, but because believe it or not, my end of watch episodes are out there. I know they're not the best one. I mean, people like to listen to them. And those are my least listened to episodes. Believe it or not, I know people don't want to hear it, but I'm doing it different now. I don't do it live. I don't show pictures, but I'll read each one and the people that didn't die of COVID, and I'll read how they passed away and how many years of service and everything else they did have. So just something I do. Just saying. I know it's not fun. No, what we were talking about a second ago, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, because I think we're going to cover it more in the...
Somebody called me last night and bam says, man, you were rude. I said, I wasn't rude, because this person called me, started talking to me about airplanes falling out of the sky with 5G shit. And we were trying to watch one last episode of the show we were watching, and then I had to go walk dogs and, same routine, got a routine. And I know this person, if I wouldn't have cut them off, they would have kept talking and talking, because they had a couple little snips more than I had of the adult beverage there. And she's like, yes, I wasn't rude. He wouldn't shut up. I mean, I don't know who the subject may have been.
Well, to be fair,
talking about airplanes falling out the sky.
And it is a true story.
So
fucking airplane,
I'm not saying nothing, but I don't know who it was, but yeah.
Fuck yeah, it was me. It was late as shit too. I was laying on the front couch and I was like, I tell you what, I need to tell him about this.
Yeah.
Because I texted him right before it, and then I called him instead of letting him read the text.
But anyway, everybody, I appreciate it. This has been a good episode, especially on the live. I love all the chat, and I love everybody coming in here. It makes it fun. It's the only reason I do the lives is for the people coming here in the chat, and we can talk and interact and stuff like that. Because if not, I just do the audio. But I appreciate every single one of y'all. I'll be getting some stickers and magnets out to some people. I didn't forget. Oh, yeah. His shirt.
Nuts. Yep.
The green screen's just messing all the color up on it. But
oh, yeah, because it's like green.
But anyway, the snake's like holding balls on his shirt there.
It's nuts.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Melissa. You're right. I almost forgot again because I'm running long. We got to vote. Everybody that's still here, we got to vote on the hot nut story of the night. I'll give you a quick recap of the ones that qualify anyway, which I think qualify. We're going to say the Newport Richie guy that got dog bit. We got the naked NFL man. I mean, that cop actually got cock blocked.
He blocked that cock.
Yeah. So we got Newport Richie. We got Naked NFL. We got the Dollar Tree robber. We got and I'm gonna say we got the math teacher. Math teacher. I'm going with the Naked NFL guy.
See, I kind of toss up between that and a teacher. Yeah, the naked guy, because it's not something you see every day, and especially a professional sports player. Yeah, naked football guy, yeah.
So that's 3, because Aaron says naked guy 2.
Yeah, Dan's got the sexy teacher. Jed, what do you got? Mel, what do you got? Oh, Mel says a Dollar Tree guy. She's out.
Roy says naked NFL guy.
The naked dude wins it.
Yes, naked dude. And I'm adding them to the list. We're going to try at the end of the year.
We could look back and see where his career is.
Yeah, well, we're going to add it to the thing. I'm doing all the hot nut people. So naked man, naked NFL guy.
Yep.
Wins the hot nut.
Hot nuts.
I ran at that deputy and I hit him with my dick.
No, hit him with his PP.
My nut tried to hit him in the nose.
Tried to give him his hot nuts.
Nuts.
Ready.
I was running. My nuts hit me in the knee and they're bruised.
Yeah, Dan, we're looking for something.
Dan, yes, I would have totally appreciated it because I had that other song I was using and I got copyrighted. I can't use it. But definitely the NFL guy. He had some hot nuts, especially if that concrete he was laying on was hot. Could you imagine that? Spicy nuts. Anyway, that's the hot nut one. Everybody, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to put out something, just audio. I'm going to put some, because I didn't put one out Monday. I know. I skipped. And I do have some stories from the road from this week, from tickets and stuff I wrote. And so I'll probably put it out Friday or Saturday. But I do have an extra one. I'll just put out audio. So everybody stay safe. Watch your back. Watch your partner's back.
Peace out, everybody.
Don't get hit with a dick. And remember.
Why you gotta look at me? Don't you get hit with a dick.
And remember to smile. Because the Iceman could always be behind you. Woohoo!